be doing the candles, correct? No. Okay, great. Did you want them to be standing in the middle, or do you want them to be standing at a table? Only issue with standing at a table is that we have. Where is it?
Well, could they just stand?
Yeah, they can stand like right in the middle. For sure. Do they have books with them, or do they have sheets or want to give everyone some housekeeping notes. The first is that we have some sheets that are going to be used by all of our students for when they participate in the service. And we also have a siddur that we're also going to be using as well, especially for the adults to follow along in our particular service. But before we get to the beginning of what we're going to be doing tonight, I wanted to share a couple of things. First is just how excited I am for us to be here today, that this was a project by parents in our school, but particularly from our wonderful religious school director, Hillary. So everybody give it up for Hillary. But I want to also explain why tonight is so important. So I was at a conference of Jewish professionals looking to engage folks from a variety of different Jewish backgrounds. And they had some young people who came up on the stage to talk a little bit about their experiences growing up in different synagogues. And a few of them talked about how it was so important for them, how they loved their religious school experience, and they were looking forward to being able to go back to synagogue on Sundays. Yeah. To go back to synagogue on Sundays. And I was there with a colleague of mine, and she whispered to me, "Did you catch that?" And I was like, "Yeah, there's something odd about that." And it was this, that in many religious schools, the experience of coming to synagogue is something that we do on Sunday and no other day of the week. And because we think about it as Sunday, that Sunday becomes the day for synagogue. In a sense, it becomes Shabbat. It becomes a day in which we expect to be able to come. It's always a challenge to get folks to come to synagogue, to come be a part of a community on days that we don't expect to come. So for many of us here, the time that we come to shul is Sundays. And there's nothing wrong with that. Because Sunday is a great day. Especially because on this Sunday, my Eagles are going to go to 11-2. But that's a different point. But the point is that there's always going to be certain days of the week that are important for us, and especially for engaging with our Jewish life. But here's the thing. No matter how much or how little we spend doing Jewish things, and no matter which day we spend doing those Jewish things, there is always one day that will be here, or that was here, long before any of us appeared on this earth, and long after we all disappear from this earth. That will be the day that, for the Jewish people, will be a special day. And that is Shabbat. That's tonight and tomorrow. By coming here tonight and saying, I'm not just coming to synagogue on Sundays, I'm coming to shul on Shabbat, you're all exemplifying just how wonderful it is to learn on Sunday, because it leads us to being involved in synagogue life on Shabbat. Which is why we want to keep on doing programs like these. We want to keep on engaging with you to make Shabbat come alive. So, with that in mind, and thinking about the specialness of Shabbat, that Shabbat has kept the Jewish people together, and that we are going to make Shabbat a priority for us as members of the Jewish people, we're going to do a service right now in which you'll be able to see the amazing learning that your kids have been going through over the course of their Sundays and other days during Hebrew school, during religious school, and how we can make this a wonderful Shabbat experience for us to continue here at Torat Yisrael. And so to begin, I'm going to place upon myself the talit, which is generally worn on Shabbat morning, but as rabbis, we could do things as we just wanted to do them. So, many rabbis also tend to wear a talit in shul when they're reading. And so, Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kishanu mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehitatef b'tzitzit. And for all you to say Amen. The first activity done on Shabbat, which we would do with real flames if it was before Shabbat had begun, because Shabbat, the reason why Shabbat is so special is that it starts and ends without us having to do anything. It just happens. So normally we would light candles, but because Shabbat begins once the sun goes down, we're not actually going to light them. So instead, ready? Let there be light. But now that it is lit, in fact, the blessing occurs by simply viewing the candles that are lit, not in essence by lighting them. So, if you can, please take your hands. Imagine that those flames have been lit from before Shabbat started, and then to bring the light of Shabbat into your eyes 3 times. Echad, shtayim, shalosh. Cover your eyes and we say the blessing. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu le'ha'adli ne'er shel Shabbat. We all say Amen. Now, if you are in your Siddur, please open up. We're going to be going a little bit from here to there. So you're just going to have to follow along with us. But we're actually going to start with Hine Matov. And so I'd like to call up all of our kids. If all of our kids who would like to sing along with Hine Matov, please join us right here in the center. And you're going to use the microphones as we sing along with Hine Matov. Yes, you have all these over here.
How do you make this shorter? Hello.
That's what we
How do
have
you
over
make
here.
this shorter?
Don't go around the table, go around over here.
It's fine. I can do this.
If you want, you can
I
actually
can do
take
this.
it off.
I can do this. I can do this.
Sorry. I would say you can take it off if you want.
Hello.
Great, that works. Okay.
Yeah, it works.
What does it?
Thank you to everyone, and we're going to leave our 6th and 7th graders here, but for everyone else, it's time you can go sit down.
Oh no. Okay.
Okay,
Does anyone want the Morocco?
It's on page 11. Okay. I think it's 11. It's 10.
We're now going to
Okay, this
move
one.
to Yeti Nefesh, which you can find in your Sidurim on page 10. What's also nice about tonight is that for everyone who's here, you can follow along in the Siddur that we use on Shabbat, which which has the Hebrew translation and transliteration in the red. Yiddi Nefesh, the traditional opening to a Friday evening Shabbat service. Page 10. job to our 6th and 7th graders. We'll have them take a seat and bring up now our 5th graders for Lefu Neranena. Lefu Neranena. Punarana can be found on page 11. Any takers? All right. Well, if anybody else would like to join us and lead up here, you're more than welcome to from anyone in our religious school. But we'll continue now with Lefu Neranena, the first traditional psalm for the Kabbalah Shabbat service, which is a collection of psalms focusing on the beauty of Shabbat. Page 11. Well-known piyut or poem specifically created for the Kabbalah Shabbat service. It is a poem that is relatively young. And by relatively young, I mean at least 300 or 400 years old. Because that's how we roll here in our Jewish tradition. And so you can find Lecha Dodi on page...
What page is it on?
Second, it's on page 23. Page 23.
23. Page 23. Gotcha. Okay.
That works. Thank you.
your eyes one more time. Sorry, you guys sat on your own. That wasn't me. We'd like to call up our second graders. Our second graders to please come up, who are going to lead us in a little back and forth to get us not just in the mood to pray, but to call on all of us to pray with the Baruch, the call to prayer, which can be found on page 39A. Come on up.
Thank you. I don't know what we're saying.
Nine, 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 Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayers? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Nine, 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 nine.
Beautiful job. Hey, you guys stay right here. Stay right here, but you guys can all sit down. As we turn now to the Shema, which can be found on page 41. So you guys ready? Cover your hand, cover your eyes with your hand. You can all sing the Shema together. Chad, Shtaim, Shalom.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
And the hand motions, feel free to join in with them.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha ve'olecha 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 hayu hadarim ha'el asher holim tzarech hayom alecha
Give it up for our second graders and their helpers. Once you listen out,
1 second grader.
1 second
Why?
grader. And you can all sit down. We're now going to continue with Vishamru on page 46. For this one, I would like everybody to please stand up. And for this, we're going to have you all be able to follow along in the Siddur. And so especially if you are a grown-up and you have a student next to you, or if you're a student who has a grown-up next to you and who does not necessarily know how to follow along, please help them along with the Shamru, which can be found in the Hebrew on page 46. And one of the great things about our Siddur is that it has great transliteration of many of our prayers, so that regardless of your own level of knowledge of Hebrew, you can all sing along, which is basically me saying you have no choice but to sing along together. Feel free to clap along, or you can also use your noisemakers for this one. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat asot et ha-Shabbat le'torotam be'ritotam Veshamru b'nei Yisrael Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat asot et ha-Shabbat le'torotam be'ritotam. We're going to remain standing and turn to page 47. What's interesting about our Shabbat service is that the Friday night service is not exactly the same as the Saturday morning service, both in terms of the tunes and also in terms of some elements of the prayers. This Amidah, this standing prayer, which is the essential prayer to recite for yourself, to talk with God, but also for us to usually sing together, is often done during the evenings, silently, without any kind of communal singing. Maybe it's because we want to get to dinner quickly. I don't know. But frankly, I think when we have this opportunity as a reminder of how beautiful it is to spend Shabbat together, is a chance for us to all sing it together. So though you would normally not sing the Amidah on a Friday evening, we're going to do so here, l'shem chinuch, for the purpose of education and for the purpose of learning how to do this prayer, which is both communal through our group engagement and also for your own private meditations, your own private prayers with God. So we're going to go on to page 47 and 48, which we're going to sing along, and you're going to follow my lead to how to do that. And if any of the kids think they know how to lead in the Amidah, feel free to join me up here. Anyone? We'll see. Try it. Come on up. And then afterwards will be a chance for your own private prayers. The prayers that are on the page are from 49 through 52. Or you can take this time for your own private prayers. Or you can simply just be close together with your family. If you want to share something privately that's not fully out loud for the rest of us to hear, but if you want to have kind of a little family prayer, feel free to use this time for that as well. And so for our co-leaders, I need you guys, Ramona and also Sadie, to come over here for a second. So we're going to show everyone what to do. So we're going to be facing the ark. All right, so come right over here. Excellent. Good job. we stand with our feet together. It's on page 47. Feet together as if we're like an angel who only has one leg. And then we're going to start very first line at the top. Take 3 steps back as we do the first 3 words on page 47. Adonai, Sifatai, Tifta. And then 3 steps forward for the next 3 words. Ufi, Yagid, Tehilatecha. That we bend and bow with the words for patriarchs and matriarchs. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu Ve'imotenu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor Ve'hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim Vekone Hakol Vezocher Chasdei Avot Ve'imahot Umevi Goel Livnei V'nehem Lema'an Shemo B'Yahava. Page 48. Melech Ozer Upoked Umoshia Umagen. Bend and bow. Baruch Atah Adonai Magen Avraham Ufoked Sarah Ata Gibor Leolam Adonai Mechayim Metim Atarav Lehoshia Mashiva Ruach Umorida Gashem. Put your hands together. Mechalkel Chayim Bechesed Mechayim Metim Beracham Rabbi. So of page 48. V'ne'eman ata l'hachayot meitim. Baruch ata Adonai mechayei ha'meitim. Now we take this time to be silent and to offer our own private prayers. When you are done with the Amidah, your own private prayers, the way you end the Amidah is you take 3 steps back. Chad, Shtayim, Shalosh. Bend and bow to the left. Bend and bow to the right. Bend and bow to the center. Go up once, down. 1, 2, 3. Up again. And then you're done. Now we're going to ask for all of our kids to come back on up to lead us for the final particular prayer of the Amidah. Oseh Shalom. All kids, please come forward. You can follow along Oseh Shalom, middle of page 52. Middle or end of 52.
Testing.
Guys, we're not
Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael Ve'al Kol Yisrael Nimru Amen Shalom Bimromav Uyase Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael Ve'al Kol Yisrael Bimru
Beautiful job.
It's not on.
Beautiful job, everyone. Nicely done. We're going to wrap up our service officially with Adon Olam. And for all who have been here before, you know what our favorite Adon Olam tune is?
Yes.
Lots of musical instruments. You guys ready for it?
Yes.
All right. Get out all your musical instruments. Stand by. Oh, this is on page.
What are you doing?
And it's hard to find in here. You guys ready? Here we go. Adon Olam, Asher Malach,
Yitzirni Rating Dong Gate Nasa Besimko Azayin Aleshamoni Kar Adon Olam Adon Olam Adon Olam Adon Olam Serum Kol It's Irni Ra Ding Dong Liet Nasa Besim Kol As I'm a Leshamoni Kra Adon Olam Adon Olam Adon Olam Adon Olam Hashem Allah Hashem Kol It's Irni Rafin John Nasa Besim Kol As I'm a Leshamoni Adon Olam It's Irni Ra Ding Dong Liet Nasa Besim Kol As I'm a Leshamoni Kra Adon Olam Something.
So, we are now going. Actually, all kids, stay up here. Stay up here. You're not done.
Okay.
Turn back to page 5.
5.
Page 5. So what we
Five.
do is a basic version of a Friday night service. Now what we're about to do is a basic version of of a Friday night dinner table. Because in addition to
I'm gonna make it higher again.
what do we like to do?
You can still
We
eat.
like eating. In order to get to
Oh my
eating,
God.
we got to do just a little bit more praying to say how thankful we are for this being Shabbat and for the wonderful bounty that we have received and we're going to be enjoying all together in our wonderful
But yeah, I got one.
hall. And I bet there's pizza on the menu, is that right?
Yes.
Always pizza.
Does anyone know?
You guys not excited for pizza?
I'm excited for pizza. Not really. There's always pizza. Ramona.
Always pizza.
There's always that one person who brings pizza.
Hillary. Hillary. Extra. Another one.
First we do at a Friday night dinner table is to remind ourselves that we
Right
need
over
God,
there.
and by welcoming all of our Shabbat guests, including all of the angels who are going around to all the homes being like, you celebrate the Shabbat, and if you are, then we shall bless you. And if you're not,
Oh well.
we'll come back next week. So, Shalom Aleichem, page 5. Let's welcome the angels to Shabbat. Page 5. Story along, this is a faster version of Shalom Aleichem, so I'm going to help you keep the beats. God, Shine, Shalosh. Shalom Aleichem. Again.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet. Mi Melech Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem,
Okay, guys. So I need you guys to actually stand right behind me for this one. And I'm going to need, you guys are going to take each one of these. So what we do with the grape juice here is we offer two different blessings. One, we bless Shabbat. But first, we will bless the juice. So we can be able to use the juice in order to bless Shabbat. And so in order to be able to enjoy that all together, we're going to each grab a little bit of grape juice that you're going to be able to join in with us for this particular blessing. So each of you are going to hold this. I'm going to need Gloria and Elena, Gloria, and Ellie are going to help me out with this one. Your job is to keep the juice steady until I say so. Okay? Do you think you can do that? And if you can't, you can just put it down here. If you would like to follow along, you can follow along with Kiddush, which can be found on page 53 with Vayechulu, followed by the rest of Kiddush on page 55. So first, we're going to offer a paragraph that is used at the beginning of the book, the second chapter of the book of Genesis, talking about God creating Shabbat. You ready for this? Yom HaShishi, Vayechulu HaShamayim V'Haaretz. Feel free to join in. V'chol Tzevavam, Vayechal Elohim B'Yom HaShvi'i, Melachto Asher Asa, Vayishpot B'Yom HaShvi'i, Mikol Melachto Asher Asa, Vayevarech Elohim et Yom HaShvi'i, Vaykadesh Oto, Ki bo Shabbat Mikol Melachto Asher bara Elohim la'asot. All right, guys, you ready to help me? The blessing over the juice. Ready? One. We're not going to drink it just yet. We'll just say the blessing. 1, 2, 3. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Let's say amen. Amen. Blessing for the juice. Do we use that now to bless Shabbat? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho b'yava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron l'maaseh v'reishit ki hu yom techila l'mikra'ei kodesh zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim kivanu v'acharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim papadapam ve'shabbat koshecha ve'yahava uvratzon hinachaltanu Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. Now you can drink. You can drink more if you want. You can put that right here if you're done. Okay. So now that we have done the job of blessing Shabbat with the grape juice, our job is now to begin the meal, which is why all of these are usually done seated at the table. In the meal, you can have many different foods. But according to Jewish tradition, there's only one particular food that if you say the blessing for that food, it can exist for all different foods. And we know what that blessing is? over the challah or the bread. Anytime you eat challah or you eat bread, or in Hebrew lechem, you're supposed to make sure that you are ready for the meal. So you know how like you wash your hands before you eat? Or at least I hope you guys do. Do you have to wash your hands before you eat?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So this is a version of it, but it's a spiritual version. It's a Shabbat version, okay? What I want each of you to do is put out one of your hands over the bowl over here. And what I'm going to do with this cup of water that has there's no soap at all, is what I'm going to do is to wash off everything that happened to you this week as a symbol to say that I want to start this new week fresh. You ready for it? It's a little chilly. Ooh, good job. All right, now flip your hands. Excellent. We wiped off what's called the tum'ah in order to now have a fresh week. And now we're going to wash it one more time to make your hands really ready, or in Hebrew, tahor, or pure, to be able to enjoy the wonderful Shabbat meal. You ready? Do it one more time. And then flip your hands. Beautiful. And now, what you do is you're going to take the napkin. Before you actually dry your hands, you're going to say the blessing with me, and then you're going to dry your hands. So you got to wait to do the blessing. Wait to dry your hands until you do the blessing. Ready? All sing it with me. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al netilat yadayim. Now you can dry your hands. Good job. All right. And now it's the moment that you've been waiting for. It's the moment for the... Wait for it. Always wanted to do this. Ta-da! Time for the challah. This challah, we have two different challahs representing the fact that when the Israelites were wandering through the desert and when they got to Shabbat, they did not want to gather food on Shabbat, so they had two portions, one for Friday, one for Shabbat. And that's why we have two. But in order to symbolize that on Shabbat, we always have an extra portion after we make the blessing, we're going to do what's called a pretend cut. You do a cut where it's like, and the bread is still there. But we pretend cut it as if to say that even once we eat it, it's as if it's still there with us to remind us just how special Shabbat is. All right, so it's Elena. You hold that one. And it's... Your name? Ellie. Elena, you're going to hold it up. And right in front of Gloria. And Gloria, you're going to hold it up together. So hold it up. Hold up the bread. And Gloria, imagine you're like blessing the bread with your hands. Blessing the bread with your hands. And we're going to go. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Put it down. Here we go. And we got our pretend cut. And now we're ready to eat. Okay, you ready? Take a bite. Now, 1, 2, 3.
Let's eat!
Let's eat, everyone. Thank you to Hillary for leading.